Hey, it's Trent. Welcome back to another video, or welcome to a video if you're new around here. My name's Trent. I make films mostly about cycling, drones, and most recently, 3D printing. I recently got a 3D printer in December, and it has completely changed my life, and I'm constantly inspired by how this 3D printer is almost like an appliance in my household. But for this video, I want to specifically talk about 5 things that I found incredibly helpful or surprising that worked for cycling. I was inspired to make this film because I got my friend Kevin, Kev Does, I'll put his channel up here. I got him to get a 3D printer, and I'm really glad I did. I got my brother to get a 3D printer. This 3D printer thing has changed my life. Again, I really see it as an appliance and as a way to reduce waste, spending, Amazon trips, all that sort of good stuff. But Kevin is also a cycling-focused YouTuber, and he immediately started printing bike accessories. One of those accessories is a valve stem cap, and he said they worked. So I printed some, and lo and behold, they work, which I was really surprised about because the threads are really small. The second thing Kevin did was he made a bottle cage for his bike. I think a bottle cage is like a perfect example of a 3D print for cycling that doesn't take too much filament, that can print on the A1 Mini's print bed, which is quite honestly kind of small. You know, you go to the store, maybe you'll pay $10, 15, sometimes $20 for these bottle cage holders, and you can print it for not even $2 of filament. So that was super cool and inspiring. And that made me think, what else could I 3D print? And that led me to tire levers, right? Tire levers are a small plastic part that you buy for cycling for taking off the tire of your bike. I was kind of skeptical of using a tire lever because sometimes you really gotta, use some force, or, you're putting force on it in different ways. But when I printed the tire levers, they printed completely solid. There was no infill. I used PETG, which is a little bit stronger than PLA, and those have been working flawlessly. So much that I have put a tire lever on my list of things to design because I usually wrap my tire levers with tape, so I want to, and I never use the spoke holder either. So I'm going to make a tire lever with a space for either tape and or paracord on the tire lever, which I haven't seen before. So look out for that. I also printed these things for my trainer. When you get a bike trainer, it sits on the ground and it doesn't move, right? The back of your bike is completely stationary on the ground. And people will buy a thing called a rocker plate. It allows you, when you're riding your bike inside on a trainer, to sort of sway back and forth. So people use these rocker plates to get a little bit of that outdoor bike feel. Well, people have been designing these attachments for the bike trainer that put tennis balls under them. And what the tennis balls do is they allow for a certain amount of give while you're riding the bike trainer. So instead of spending $150, $250 on a rocker plate, I spent, 4 of them were basically about 1 spool of filament. It was the largest print I did on my A1 Mini. I actually made a different print profile for the print so that you can print it on your A1 Mini. But these have been fantastic. The experience of riding my bike on the trainer has become a lot more realistic. It's less stiff and rigid, and it's just an overall better feeling when riding your bike in your basement, which I do a lot of. So those are fantastic. And to be honest, I'm a heavy guy, and I really thought that I might snap one of these plastic pieces. Again, I printed them in PETG, and I've been throwing around my bike while riding it. and I haven't heard a crack. I haven't heard a thing. These things have been solid. And, one thing about them too that I really thought was that it would hold the ball super tight, but it doesn't. So it almost like pivots around the ball for like lateral motion. And then the ball, of course, is like, has like it's full of air, right? So you get a little bit of bounciness on it too. So you get bouncy and you get a little bit of lateral movement, which makes riding a bike trainer much more comfortable. So super stoked on the bike trainer tennis ball holder models. Another print that I found incredibly useful on MakerWorld or the Bambu Handy app was these SPD Cleat Mounts. They allow you to hang your shoes on a wall. So down here in the basement right over here, I printed some of those mounts, put them on the wall, and I'm able to hang my bike shoes on the wall by the cleat. And that is so smart. I wish I made it. So then today, I really wanted to make something myself, right? I think during the week, I always find things to print on MakerWorld, on the Bambu Handy app. And while that's incredibly convenient, I also want to be building my skills in 3D design to have the capability to make things myself or make things that I need. So I decided to make a helmet mount holder for the wall. I am going to make a mount for right here. I have a helmet wall in my garage, and so the idea here is to design a helmet wall mount that fits with the what's this called, MIPS system. I haven't sketched this idea. I'm going straight into the design software, so that's something I should probably get better at, is sketching ideas first, but I'm gonna sit here, take measurements, and do the design in real time. Strap to strap. Okay, so I finished making the helmet mount. The arms will sort of grab. They're inset from the wall, and then there's a screw hole. I want to try to only use one screw. The design just finished on the printer. It didn't print right because I didn't enable supports and I messed with the orientation. This is version 1 of the helmet holder. It's got some give, but it's still strong enough to hold a helmet. I mean, look, the arms do look a little skinny. Could definitely fatten those up, especially on the inside. That should be pretty easy to do. The screw hole could probably be a little bigger. And yeah, let's see. This is like a strength sort of test. If I hold it here. So I just heard a little crack, and I'm putting a ton of force on it, more than the helmet. As you can see, I printed it where the layer lines are like this, like, and you'd never, from what I'm learning, and from these amazing YouTube comments, thank you for commenting, prints break along the print lines. So printing this way, right, will have a whole string of filament going along this arm, which should, in theory, in my understanding, make this arm stronger. Oh wow, that's nearly perfect. But you can see I designed it where these arms go in between the straps here and hold on. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to make one change to the design, which is taking these inside arms and making them just a little bit bigger. And then for the screw hole, I use this screw. Shouldn't need one that's too big. And that just fits perfectly. I'll put a little bit more curve on the inside of the hole so it sits more flush. But I think this is a pretty good first design. So I'm going to make some changes to the design. Print in a different orientation. And then print like 6 or 8 of them for all the helmets that I have. So Okay, so I made some changes. I smoothed out the top here, smoothed the hole a little bit more. I added more thickness on the inside of the arms. And I've got it in Bambu Slicer. I'm printing in a different orientation. Printing in this orientation should help with strength and whatnot. And let's hit it and set it to print. Much stronger here. Much stronger than these. How is the screw in the hole? Screw now sits flush in the hole. So you can see the differences. Just ignore this like fluff here. But you can see the differences. I flushed the top. I made the hole a little bit bigger. You can see the layer lines on this one versus this one. The layer lines on the right are the length of the whole arm, which gives it a little more strength. The one on the left is, each layer line is like this.
The way that I have been mounting my helmets is with one nail. And to be honest, they can fall off and that's not good. So we just finished designing and printing the first mount. This is the second iteration. Okay, we got the first one mounted up. I wasn't gonna do 2 screw holes, but it'll just be much nicer with 2. Yeah, it does swing. I thought I could get it tight enough that it wouldn't swing, but even 2 on there loosely will stop the swing. So I'm gonna add another screw hole.
I'm super happy with this. I only was gonna do 1 screw hole, then I decided to add 2 in case the top screw isn't super tight, because I think you could get by with just 1. This is the helmet that I practiced on, or I like measured for this, because it has these straps, and when you come in with your helmet, the forks kind of go around this MIPS piece right here. Super excited about this. You know, it's nothing too special, but again, for everything that I do and in every video I make, I want to make at least one thing that is completely custom that I am designing and printing. I find that designing and printing stuff's like incredibly rewarding. And I think I might need to do like a challenge to learn 3D software better and to challenge myself. I think I need to do like a 30-day, 30 items designed and printed challenge or something. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, like I'm super happy with this thing. I love the iteration process. I love having like the history of the iterations of a design when printing them. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get this in the garage and get my helmets all on proper mounts. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of 3D printing with Trent. I've been really busy, honestly, with work and haven't been printing too much. Printing the trainer tennis ball stands took about 8 hours each. So I've been doing a couple bigger prints. I've been working on that Skidis board for my bedroom. Really making a lot of fun things. But like I said, I need to jump into some tutorials on Shaper 3D on my iPad, as well as Fusion. I really want to learn Fusion 360. So that's what's up. I love giving you guys updates. I love sharing what I've been making on the Bambu A1 Mini. I love this thing. And again, I'm just excited to keep learning more about 3D design. I'm excited to keep making stuff. And I love bringing you guys along, and I love the comments. I love my last 2 videos on 3D printing. A lot of people left like really constructive, positive comments, and that's really why I love this YouTube communities, because, or at least like the 3D printing YouTube community, is that everyone wants to be helpful, wants to, make your prints better. And as someone who's still very new to 3D printing, I very much appreciate all of that. Thanks for watching this video. My name's Trent. So one thing I like to say around here is never stop chasing your curiosity. This 3D printer is a perfect example of something that I was curious about, that I got, and now I'm chasing my curiosity deeper into what things can I print, what problems can I solve, and can I learn a new skill? I haven't done that in a while. So thanks for watching. Never stop chasing your curiosity, and I'll see you on the next video.